I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for watching TCM. We have reached the final night of our May spotlight on Hollywood biopics. These are movies about Hollywood stars. Up next, a film that portrays a superstar romance that captured the public's imagination during Hollywood's golden age. And for TCM fans, I imagine it still captures some part of our collective classic movie psychology. Films from Universal in 1976, Gable and Lombard. If we swap out surnames for first names, that would be Clark and Carol. Picture begins with a structure you're probably used to if you've already caught a few of our biopics. This movie begins at the end. Clark Gable is given the awful news that a plane carrying his wife, Carol Lombard, has crashed. Cue the flashbacks. We see how the couple meet and banter as they pretend not to be totally into each other. Then comes scandal and heartbreak as they navigate Hollywood's rocky road of finding and maintaining fame. The director of Gable and Lombard, Sidney J. Furie, already had a hit biopic behind him, Lady Sings the Blues, the 1972 drama starring Diana Ross as the tragic and tormented jazz singer Billie Holiday. Ross was a superstar herself, and the movie became a vehicle for her as much as it was a biopic about Billie Holiday. Casting Gable and Lombard posed a much different problem. Moviegoers in 1976 might not have known Carol Lombard, who died in 1942, but they certainly knew Clark Gable. The ruggedly handsome star of Gone with the Wind was still really the ideal of a Hollywood leading man, even though Gable had been dead then for 16 years. Finding an actor to play him was no small task. Burt Reynolds turned down the project. Warren Beatty and Steve McQueen both expressed interest, but each saw Gable and Lombard's story as more of a jumping-off point for a fictionalized tale of a doomed Hollywood romance. Furie stuck to his guns, wanting to stick to the story of the real Clark Gable and Carol Lombard. Ultimately, he cast actors known for their work on television. While James Brolin had already made a few films, most people knew him as the hunky Dr. Kiley from the hit medical drama Marcus Welby, M.D. When Furie's wife saw Brolin on TV one night, she said, "That's the guy." Jill Clayburgh starred in a 1975 made-for-TV movie, Hustling, that caught Furie's eye. Clayburgh was playing the unglamorous role of a hooker, but Furie saw her potential. Furie even threatened to walk if Universal wouldn't allow him to cast her in the picture. Movie served as a big break for Jill Clayburgh that ultimately put her on a path to movie stardom. From 1976, also with Red Buttons and Melanie Mayron, this is the TCM premiere of Gable and Lombard. If you know much about Clark Gable and Carol Lombard together, you quickly picked up on the fact that Gable and Lombard, the film, was not exactly tethered to the facts. For example, the photo of the real Gable and Lombard that bookends the movie is a publicity shot from their only film together, No Man of Her Own, released in 1932. The movie we just watched implies the pair didn't even meet until a Hollywood party in 1936, and that Gable, by then an Oscar winner, was still an unknown. None of that is true. They met making that 1932 movie, and by 1936, of course, Gable was already the top star in Hollywood. Barry Sandler, the screenwriter for Gable and Lombard, admitted to exercising some artistic license. "That's the thing about doing a biography," he later said. "If you want to make characters sympathetic and likable, you sort of have to forge it a bit." Leaving aside whether his changes made its two larger-than-life stars more likable, it's that fast and loose attitude with facts that often drives movie buffs like us nuts while watching a Hollywood biopic. Coming up, a hard-drinking comedian forms a rocky relationship with a movie extra. W.C. Fields and Me, starring Rod Steiger and Valerie Perrine, makes its TCM debut as our spotlight on Hollywood biopics continues.
Next on TCM, W.C. Fields and Me, then the story of Will Rogers, and later 1 million BC. TCM is old school tonight.